Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 3 of a very big, messy story. Sometimes that's how these go. I read whatever comes out in the cards, good, bad, or ugly, but let's jump on in because we ended on a cliffhanger. We ended with this king deciding to very suddenly reach out and try to. It definitely is reaching out. We see those cards with the same body posture twice, reaching out to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Wands knows this is happening and it's kind of like, whatevs. She's over it. She didn't want it to end for a long time. Now she's got what she wanted. Doesn't matter if it's over. So they are about to reach out to this Queen of Cups. And that's to me, that's where we need to kind of pick up our story. So let's see. So what are they reaching out to say and how are they doing this? The Sun, the Knight of Swords. We just see it. It's like one sunny day, one day when this Queen of Cups is actually having an amazing day. They come rushing in. So we got that Knight of Swords twice in a row now, right? We had it here, we have it again. It's on a day where the queen is having a particularly amazing day. Now they've seen her as a queen, or excuse me, as the Sun card twice. And I said, it's like they think she's so hot. She's had a massive glow up. I do think she's had a huge amount of success, a huge amount of financial. Once upon a time, she was crying little skeleton tears over here, and now she's this glorious Sun card that we saw from part 2. If you didn't see part 2 or part 1, by the way, you'll want to watch those first. There's a free link right there in the description box. Okay, this one got really long, so. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords. So they're suddenly rushing in. They have this idea. It feels like it's maybe at dawn or something, first thing in the morning, but they do it suddenly. It's a day where I'm going to say if they peer in on her, and we saw that already, if they peer in on her, maybe a day where she is so particularly gorgeous. I don't know. She posts something. I don't know how they peer in on her life, but it appears that they do that. But it's a day where I'm going to say she looks particularly good, which again just kind of fits with them being so superficial. I'm so sorry. I have not enjoyed this character at all. They come rushing in. Then we get the Hanged Man with the 7 of Swords with the 2 of Coins. They come rushing forward to message her. They reach out, and then they instantly don't know what else to say. So they lie. They may be saying, hey, I just thought of you. I'm going to be in your area. It may be a sudden thing like that. And they wait breathlessly for the reply because they suddenly reach out. Then they go into, oh crap. Okay, I don't want to say something truthful. I don't want to lay everything on the line. So I'm going to lie some more. Boy, reaching out suddenly like this and racing toward her, but then suddenly delaying saying anything real and then juggling. It's like for the first time ever, maybe they're wondering, what if she has somebody else in her life? What if she has somebody? What do they really say? Or what are they going to say? 3 of Cups, 9 of Coins. Oh, they're going to act like they just happen to be in her area and real casual. Hey, hope you're doing great. They may prattle on a little bit about how great their life is right now, or they might actually say something like, oh, I just happened to hear through the grapevine. You notice we have grapes here. I heard through the grapevine, bumped into one of your friends or something, and just heard how great you're doing, and just thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to like catch up? Oh, this person. Oh, this person. The Devil sideways and the 7 of Wands upright. They just cannot get out of this toxic energy. They've never grown out of this. It's really hard to see them as a king upright when they have been this way and continue to be this way. They literally, they stand on top of a book of wisdom, books and books and books of wisdom. They turn their back to it. This is someone who wants to avoid any kind of conflict. They will not face conflict at any costs. This is one of their biggest, most toxic attributes, is that they won't take responsibility. So when there is obstacle, when there is conflict, they pretend that it's not there. This person, that's how they think they stay on top. That's how they maintain their respectability. There's no respectability here at all, though, is there? I mean, someone who can't face the realities of what has occurred, the things that they have done, someone who is hoping that it doesn't have to be addressed, someone who's going to show up out of the blue when they've been focusing on her, thinking about her, feeling horrible about this, wanting her, having stayed someplace else all this time, knowing that they abandoned her after selling her a big dream. And then they want to come racing back in because she looks so freaking hot and they can't bear their broken heart anymore. So they're coming in and then they're going to immediately act like nothing's happened. And hey, just heard through the grapevine that, wow, you sure, must be doing great. Love to catch up. I have a hard time thinking that this character has evolved at all. This feels so immature to me. I mean, again, who am I to say who somebody is? Maybe this is a great way to behave. Feel free to weigh in the comments. 3 of Wands. She may either be gone when they send this message. She may be traveling at the time that they send this message. She may not get it until way further down the road. She may be only focusing on her future and it just simply doesn't matter if they send this message. It's the second time that we've seen her with the 3 of Wands. We saw her looking out across the sea somewhere in here. Yeah. And her really blocking them in part. I think that was in part 1. It was a long time ago. To have her with that 3 of Wands again, she's so focused on her future. Does this actually have the power to impact her at all? Ooh. We've got the 7 of Cups and we've got the 10 of Cups, but the 10 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles, that's sideways. 7 of Cups is upright. Does it have the power to impact her at all? I think she knows immediately that there's not much this person could add value into her life. I think she's been rocking it already. We already saw her with the 10 of Pentacles upright. She may have a suspicion like, I wonder if they know that I have plenty of money at this point. I wonder if they heard through the grapevine that I have a lot. And is that really what they're after? So to immediately say someone's reaching out to me because they probably heard that I'm wealthy, or they heard that I've got money, or they heard that I've, come on, if she's got this much, she's swimming in swimming pools of money, she's got a butler, she does yoga. I mean, I'm not saying, she could be laughing going, if that's what they picture I've got, yeah, it's not a life quite like that. This could be like, well, I'm comfortable, but I'm not, stupid rich. But I wonder if that's what they think I am. I wonder why they're really coming my way. This is her on this card, and this is her. So I'm saying she's just simply confused about why are they reaching out to me. And her first thought goes to, I wonder if they think I'm rich. I wonder if that's what they heard. I wonder if they've been spying on me or talking about me or catching up with other people who've told them things. Justice card. Boy, the fact that she has such a poor opinion of them, I think it comes across immediately as like, yeah, well, that's the Justice card sitting here. It's like she's figured out a lot about this person's superficiality, and she's kind of pegged them accurately, even though she never really knew them. You notice how they still sit here in this cloak. I think justice is in her favor right now. I'm wondering if maybe this could even be saying that the universe has gifted her an awful lot of success, maybe because she dealt with someone that played games and took from her unfairly. So the universe is like, well, then we're going to have to give something back to her, because it looks like it's gone in her favor. And they kind of seem like they're still playing the same old games. What does she get for this? Because I feel like every time they do something, I'll say unkind toward her, it feels like her life improves. It feels like she, like the universe goes, yeah, I see it. I know it. It's not what you deserve. So we'll fix something. We'll bring you something else. We got the high priest, which keep in mind, they wanted to come in and say they want to marry her. Well, she's already under the impression if they're reaching out to me at all, it's probably for money. Yeah, oh, they probably want to marry me. Oh, because just like they stayed with someone else previously for the whatever the accolades or the it's like they want to be seen as wealthy, well-to-do. We saw too much of that. We saw them attached to golden eggs. We saw them attached to connections that would give them accolades. And I feel like this Queen of Cups knows that intuitively about them now, or figured it all out. Like that's what that person chooses. They don't, there's no such thing as love for them. Even here we have the Institute of Marriage, with that the face of the priest being covered. It's like, and it's this, kind of like shaky bridge. I feel like them coming back in to her, reaching out to her, she immediately goes, huh, they think I got money. That's probably why they want me. Heck, they probably want to try to marry me, and they'll probably try to woo me, and it'll be just a nothing true at all about this. With the Nine of Wands going to the Hermit, I feel like, ironically, them reaching out to her was the final straw in her getting over them. She was really close to being able to let this go. And I think this is her final piece of wisdom. She sees it for what it is. And I think she's letting this go. She's certainly saying, I think whatever pieces of my heart still were connected to that person, if any, I think this wraps it up. What's weird is that she might be also saying, though, in another life, had it played out differently, they were the person I would have married. And that could be true. And that could be the other thing that she's laying down, saying, how could I say that that's the person I would want to marry if my first thought is, oh, I bet they're reaching out to me because they think I have money now. They stayed with somebody else for money. Now they think I have money. So they're ready to jump ship. God, can I marry somebody that's my first thought, that I'll never trust? I would never believe that they wanted to marry me for love. Could I really hold on to this? Or did that kind of give me the impetus to cross the finish line with this person and come to a conclusion? What is her real conclusion? Let's see. With that Hermit card, that's Virgo energy. What is her real conclusion? Ace of Coins. It's time for a new start. Does that mean a new start without them, or a new start while she thinks of them or lets them back in? We have the Strength card. We have the High Priestess. We have the Page of Cups. Hearing from them is the final thing that tells her everything she needed to know. The fact that her first thought is, I bet they're only wanting money from me. I bet they only want to be with me because I've had more success in my life. And underneath it all, that's the real reason they choose anybody. And if that's what I believe of them, then I need to look at that and say, I have the strength now to intuitively know we're never, here's that Libra scales again, the justice scales. We've seen that. We've seen the justice scales twice already in this. And the one card that we had with them before when they thought about her is, there's no way I can apologize for what I did. I know I can't apologize to her because I took from her what I wanted, although I did really feel for her, but love wasn't enough. I wanted to stay where I could feel really like I had lots of accolades. And even the way they come into her now, trying to brush stuff under the rug, trying to avoid like confronting and admitting to, or they still haven't changed. We saw them with that Devil card sideways. They haven't changed. So she's in this mindset now where she goes, what does need to change is me. I need to acknowledge that I'm done with this now. I really am. And I'm ready to open up the new chapter and love somebody totally different. This gave her the final closure. Them returning gave her the final closure. What happens with them? Because I think she thinks all this out and doesn't respond until she's come to a conclusion. What happens with them? We have the Chariot sideways. They don't move forward from this. There's no more chess games. I don't even think that they go out and, try to date and hedge bets and figure out who's the next person who's got more money or more accolades. They, it seems like at every turn they keep getting held in one spot by the universe, saying you've got so much to balance out within yourself, King, before you can move forward. We've got an Ace of Cups in the reverse. They do not find some new love. We got the Temperance upright, and we got the Eight of Coins. They have to sit alone for possibly quite a long time and work on themselves. Really invest in why do they operate the way they do? What do they need to do different? Because this person they've kind of sullied what love is, and they still thought they could get away with it. And they still thought even if they loved her, the love wasn't stronger than their desire for prideful things, superficial things that would make them look fabulous, that would make them look monetarily or, a status. It was all about status for them. And status was always more important than love, yet they still wanted the person that they actually loved. But I wonder, did they want the person, this Queen of Cups, was there any piece of them that wanted her because she had ironically wound up doing way better in life than what they have when they avoided being with her and stayed right where they were because they thought they were going to have better success with the Queen of Wands? But did they find out that the Queen of Cups had more than they do? Knight of Coins, Nine of Cups. There was one thing that changed. It wasn't so much about she's done better financially. It's that they saw that over time she continued to humbly work on things, and she has gained and gained and gained. And it's almost like everything in her life keeps coming up. Sunflowers keeps coming up. Beautiful keeps coming up. We've seen the sunflowers before. They see her as the sun. Nine of Cups. They see her as somebody who's really blessed. Like she keeps having success after success, even though it's funny because she is super flashy. She is super bright, but she's gotten there basically through her own hard work and industrious behavior and consistency. And she wasn't the person that was super flashy before. She's, like the tortoise and the hare, but the tortoise wins the race. She's the one who has been the most successful between the two of them, yet they thought staying with that other connection would be the more successful one. Turns out it's not even that she has more money, it's that in this case she's genuinely displaying like how happy she is. And they look at her life and they go, God, it looks like she's had everything she's wanted has come true. I want to be with somebody that happy and that bright. I want to be a part of her world, because their world has not been happy. It's been an act of clinging to an emotionless connection where there's just the prestige that they got, but the prestige isn't enough anymore. They actually want to be happy, but they don't get to just go be happy with her. She doesn't want this person back. In this storyline, she doesn't want this person back. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. The storyline could have gone totally differently, but I can't help but read it this way, where she's ready to open up to a brand new love, somebody totally different, and she knows that it's time. Why is it time for her now? She got the final closure because they reached out to her, and she doesn't want to reach out to them. But why is it time now for her to have someone new in her life? We have the Judgment card because she's finally put this to rest. Judgment is making a judgment call. It's not always about reconciling, although in this case it is reconciling the fact that maybe they're not the one for me. They didn't pick me before. They choose things that are superficial, and I don't want to be their superficial choice. They're not for me. We're not cut from the same cloth. And I think that's it. I don't think she responds to them. I don't think she needs to. I think it's just over. Why tell somebody we're not the same kind of people? You hurt me so bad, blah, blah, blah. She's already moved on from the hurt. In this story, she's not hurt anymore. So there's really no point in responding unless it was to say, yes, I want to talk to you also. She thinks about it with that Hermit card and determines, no, I don't want to talk. There's not anything to talk about. Truth be told, we're just not the same kind of people. They're not where my happiness lies. And wow, that feels amazing to know that and to just move on. They did lose her in this storyline. They really did. And it's unfortunate because if they loved anybody, it was definitely her. They have loved her all along. But their ability to genuinely love more than they love riches and accolades and prestige, that's the part that they really had never grown out of, and it kind of looked like they still hadn't. So I think that's why she's astute enough to recognize that and not go back to them. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you're here.